Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. Time for another long-awaited Resident Evil story review, Resident Evil game review. It's been a month since I did the last one, which was Resident Evil Code Veronica X. So let's do another one. Resident Evil Revelations, let's do. This one takes place between Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5. And it is decent. The only problem I have with it is the game just drags on. It just goes on its own accord. Now you play as Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield in it. It's set into chapters like any modern Resident Evil game. It's set into chapters, so one time you're playing as Jill and her companion Parker, I forgot his last name, they all get companions in this, and another time you're playing as Chris and his companion Jessica, and you're playing as these other people as well who are not known in the Resident Evil universe, but they add to the story. It has got some comedy elements to it, but not as much, which is all good, I think, because you can't have a horror game with too much comedy in it. Now, it is set on the Mediterranean Sea on board the Queen Zenobia, and it's on ships, and that's basically you're just like going along ships and battling monsters and stuff. The premise of it is basically there was this city out in the ocean called the city of Tegregia, and it was basically destroyed by its own satellite in space, and there was an outbreak, and same people, I believe it's been a long time since I played it. They basically destroyed their own city, and that was a year before this game was actually set. There is like scenarios in the game or sections in the game where you do play back where Terra was back up and active, kind of say, but it's still on its last legs. But you do actually play some gameplay in the actual city before it gets destroyed. And it's basically a terrorist cell that wants to get the T-Abyss virus. That's the name of the virus in this one. A terrorist wants to basically infect the entire ocean with this T-Abyss virus. So basically all the fishes, all the whales, all the sharks will all transform and basically take over. And you can actually see how bad it can get, because one of the bosses is basically a giant whale. And that is really huge. How he lunges onto the ship and holds on and stuff is really, really quite gross, the way the monsters look in this game. So yeah, I won't spoil it all for you, just go and play it yourself. It was first released on the 3DS, for some reason, I don't know why, but then it got other ports, PC version Steam, and on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I do not know if it got a PS4 or a Xbox One port, don't believe so, because I would have heard about it by now. Yeah, controls were a little bit icky. I'm not keen on the controls, but you basically get re-given. It is a decent game. It's not one of my favourites though. I will review one of my favourite games later on this week. I want to review both the Revelation games this week. Really would promise you that, because I need to get them done before next year and before Resident Evil 7 comes out. So yeah, I think that was it for this review. Another thing before I forget, you can pick up ammo. There is a Genesis machine which you can scan enemies to get points on your machine, get health kits and stuff. You can pick up special customization kits and golden kits to upgrade your weapons and stuff. You can customize weapons, make them stronger. You know how it goes. So yeah, that was the review on Resident Evil Revelations. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. See you guys.